everybody, it's Jenny. It's been about a month since my last video, and today I decided to make a video because on my Studying Abroad in Florence number 2 video, I got a comment from a user whose name is 837662, and she said that she is going to be studying abroad in Florence during the month of July this summer, and she asked if I had any tips to give her about being in Florence and studying there and living there. So I decided to make a video about what to do when you're in Florence, visiting Florence, studying abroad there, it doesn't matter. I have all the main facts, and I'm just going to give you guys a good insight into the city, okay? Alright. Okay, before I start listing off and telling you certain things you should and should not do in Florence, I am going to be a dork and tell you a bit of history about Florence, because being a history major at school, I'm a history dork, and I'm going to tell you a few facts. First of all, Florence is located in northern Italy. It is in the beautiful region called Tuscany or Toscana, and it is the capital of Tuscany. Florence is the most populated city in Tuscany with around 360,000 residents. Florence is a very, very historic and cultured city. It's the birthplace of the Renaissance, and during the Renaissance, the Medici family ruled Florence. Great leaders such as Cosimo Medici and Lorenzo de Medici, and a few of the places I'll tell you about have to do with the Medici and specifically the Renaissance, but that's just a brief history on Florence, and I hope you like this video, and I hope it gives you insight into what you can do and see while you're visiting Florence. Okay, the first thing I suggest you do in visiting Florence is actually not something you can do in the city itself. I think that you should visit Fiesole, a small town located right outside of Florence. It's a quick 15-minute bus ride on the bus number 7. It is very cheap to buy a ticket for the bus, so it's not a problem to get up there. Buses run regularly between Florence and Fiesole. A lot of students that work and live in Florence actually go to Fiesole at night because it has great bars and clubs and stuff. And for about 6 euros, that's the student rate, normally it's 8 euros, you can go and see the Roman and Etruscan ruins that are in Fiesole. I have pictures of those in one of my videos. They're amazing ruins. There's like temples and baths and an amphitheater, and it's gorgeous. So I highly recommend Fiesole for anyone that likes Roman history or Roman ruins. It's really cool. Or anyone that likes to go to bars and nightclubs, because Fiesole has a lot of really fun ones. And the buses, like I said, run regularly day and late into the night, so you should be safe when you go and come back. And it's the bus number 7, okay? Also, if you're wondering where to buy bus tickets in Florence, you can buy them at, they're called Tabacchi's. It's like a little general store. They're all over the city, Tabacchi's. So you can buy bus tickets at Tabacchi's for very cheap rates, okay? And you can also buy phone cards there if you need to call home. Alright? The next place I'm going to tell you to visit is for anyone that is an art history buff. I highly recommend visiting the Uffizi Galleries. It has an amazing collection of Italian art, ranging from Giotto, which is late medieval art, all the way up to more modern art. It contains many works by Botticelli, like the famous Birth of Venus and Primavera. It has just many collections of great pieces of art, and it's one of the greatest collections of Renaissance art in Italy, and it can get very crazy when you try to go during the middle of the day, so I highly recommend visiting the Uffizi early in the morning when it first opens, which is around 9 or 9:30, or going there later in the evening when it closes, or before it closes. I think it closes at 6:30 or 7, so I'd recommend maybe 5 or 5:30. And the lines can get long if you go in the middle of the day, and it's not too expensive to go through. I think it's probably between 10 to 12 euros. It might be cheaper, but the Uffizi is very much worth the visit. and a long wait in the line if you just have to go in the middle of the day. So I highly recommend the Uffizi Art Gallery, and if you don't know where that is, it is right beside the Palazzo Vecchio, which is the huge town hall. It has the huge clock tower on top of it in the Piazza della Signoria. That is the big square with all the statues in it. It's the very historic center of Florence. It's near the Duomo, but the Uffizi is right beside the Palazzo Vecchio. So just go there and enjoy the art if you enjoy art history. So I hope you're able to go there and visit. Okay, the next place I recommend you go see is a place that anyone visiting Florence has to go visit. That is going to the Accademia and seeing Michelangelo's Statue of David. Now, the Statue of David is located near San Marco. The Accademia is in the far left corner of San Marco, Piazza del San Marco. And it's really cool to see it because the statue is like 13 feet tall, and it's one of Michelangelo's first works. He made it during his early 20s, and it's just amazing. The lines can get pretty long, so I'd suggest going there early in the morning, like 9-ish, or later in the evening at 5:30-ish. And I think the cost to go see David is probably 6 to 9 euros, so that's not too bad. And there's many other pieces like The Prisoners by Michelangelo, and there's lots of other different pieces of art there too. So I highly suggest you go visit there.